them over the drum, and it's like a pretty consistent rhythm. It's an actual beat, and I think that's part of what makes it so fun. I'm a drummer, so I have drums laying around sometimes, and whenever I pick the duck up, he picks his little feet and just, kind of flops them around. And one day my wife just slid one of my drums underneath him, and he kept a perfect beat, and she hit record. Every time I pick him up, his little feet just wag, just really gently, just this little flappy flaps, and I just hold him over the drum, and it's like a pretty consistent rhythm. It's an actual beat, and I think that's part of what makes it so fun. A friend of mine played guitar alongside it once. The Guinness World Record title is for followers on Instagram for a duck. They reached out to us one day and they were like, hey, do you want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records? I think Guinness sort of just got the joke and played into it with their own. It's in the actual book. It's on their website. He was in the promo videos. We had to hire a photographer and do these, official photos and send it in. Yeah, it's totally a legit actual entry into the Guinness Book of World Records. We were at the park. The duck was probably 3 months old at that time, and we brought him to the park, and the duck was walking away, and my friend was taking pictures of him because, we had a new pet baby duck. And right when he took the picture, the duck looked back, and it looked like he was posing as a fitness model. It looked very model-y. And as a joke, that friend made an Instagram account, called him a fitness model, and posted that picture to it just, in 5 minutes while we were sitting there at the park, and we all laughed and thought it was funny. And that's actually how the entire page was born, is we kind of just made fun of all of the trends that were going around. And a lot of them happen to be kind of the fitness model world, that kind of trendy coffee shops and supplements and going to different gyms. We'd sneak them into gyms and coffee shops and use funny hashtags that people were using. And the whole thing kind of started from just making fun of that trendy Instagram culture. We have a lot of fun where we bring him to parks and lakes and let him swim in the river, and he rides a moped with me, and we have a stroller for him, and a thing that we pull behind the bike, and we bring him to all sorts of different events and things like that. The whole thing started, we used to sneak him into places like that. We would sneak him into the mall or the coffee shops or at the zoo. But now it's really funny. These places will reach out to us and be like, hey, will you come visit us? So we got to go to the Science Museum. We got to go to sea life in the Mall of America, and he got to look at the fish going through the tunnel that goes under the water. He got to see the things swimming around in there. We got to go to Valley Fair with him. Even last February, he got us a trip out to Hollywood to go visit and be on TV out in Hollywood, and that was pretty fun. We got to fly on an airplane with him, and that was a trip for sure. But yeah, we get to go to all sorts of cool places, and we don't have to sneak him in anymore. He gets invited. It's funny, apparently on airplanes you can't fly with a duck. The studio that was flying us out there, I don't know exactly what they did, but basically he was listed as a celebrity, and so because he was listed as a celebrity, we got to bypass the rules that you can't fly with a duck. So you absolutely cannot fly with the duck, apparently, unless they are listed as a celebrity, and then they let you right up. We would show up at the gate and they'd be like, you can't get on with this duck, and I'm like, scan the ticket, I don't know, and they'd see, oh, he's a celebrity? Come on, right this way. He kind of plays whatever he wants. I had a duck when I was a little bit younger, and I had the duck for a couple of years, and then I actually ended up having to go to treatment, and I had to find a new home for the duck, and it really broke my heart. And so I kind of decided that someday when I, kind of get my life together and get things figured out, I wanted to get another duck. So when we moved into our first house, I was like, all right, this is it. I went up to the same farm store that I got the first duck. I just went through and met all of these little baby ducks and picked the one that seemed like it wanted to hang out with us the most. And he actually was the only duck that didn't want to run away. I'd pick him up and he'd be happy, I'd set him down, he'd just stay right there, and I'd pick him up again, and all the other ducks were running away from us, and he actually kind of wanted to hang out with us. So I was like, all right, that's the one. When he was little, he'd just follow me everywhere. He still kind of does, but now he's lazy. But when they're very little, they imprint, right? And everywhere you go, it's in their instinct, they have to be right behind you. So there'd just be this tiny little fluff ball that I had to try not to step on for the first couple months of having him. And now he's still very attached to me, but he's a little more independent. Like, he'll kind of walk around in the yard and do his own thing, and go hang out with the dogs and follow them around. But yeah, he's gotten very goofy, like he's always getting into things, and he'll try to swim in the dog's water dish when we bring him inside, so he'll nibble on cables, and he's very mischievous at times. He's almost like having a puppy that never grows up.